What's up, YouTube? It's Kenny again. Sitting in the parking lot of the hotel, smoking a cigarette, drinking some coffee, and I wanted to make kind of a preamble. Obviously, I already posted that I just finally bought a van, and I've recorded several different like walkthrough introductions of the van. One of them I posted on Facebook. The other two are just sitting, and I'm probably going to splice some stuff together to make a good walkthrough here. So I wanted to make something to put at the beginning. If you're just finding the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Follow me on the journey. Over the next year, I'm going to be building on this van, fixing on it, building on it, before I take off for 6 months, a year, out onto the road to do van life. And if you want to follow it, hit that subscribe button. You guys like the video, comment below, and excuse me if the video feels a little disjointed. There was things that I missed in some of the recordings, and one of them was done a couple of days before the other ones. So just stick with me. I'm going to try to make something cohesive out of these videos that shows just about everything that I've discovered on it so far, and my thoughts on it so far. Although I'm going to have to jump through some hoops to get the title changed over because of some mistakes that were made when we filled it out. She's communicative, and we're going to get it taken care of. I'm pretty stoked about the van, okay? It runs fantastic, and it drives fantastic. The engine and transmission are in really great shape. It's got under 100,000 miles on it. I'm going to kind of assume that it's been idled a lot because the conversion company that did that conversion, like, it's set up to be a camper van. So whoever was in it, he probably idled it to run the air conditioning and stuff. I don't have any definite evidence of that because it runs and drives fantastic. But I'm just kind of assuming that as I go into this and start to replace things. Another thing that's not mentioned in the videos, when I looked up underneath it, it's got Bilstein shocks on it. So I'm not sure what else might have been done to the suspension, but those Bilstein shocks are, yeah, those are good shocks that are on there. They're, you know, they make a lot of stuff for off-roading and shit, so they're probably upgraded shocks. Definitely upgraded, but who knows which ones he put on them. Trying to think of anything else I didn't mention in the video. We got plenty of time. So here's the van, guys. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, and again, I apologize if it seems disjointed. It's going to be multiple videos spliced together, and I'll see you on the next one. There's my truck. Here's the van. It's kind of ugly. It's got the typical GM like paint kind of flying off of it in the wind, but it's got character. It's got the off-road tires on it already. It came with racks already installed. They'll have to be moved around and stuff. All the doors work good. Still hasn't been like cleaned up or changed around or anything. It's got some issues, but it, you know, I had it up to 85 and was mashing on it and doing real cruise control works, window washers work. You know, the interior is in pretty decent shape. It's got the back bench seat. I haven't really explored too much in the back here and what all this stuff does. That appears to be some kind of a TV. I don't know if it works or not. So I wanted to do a tour of the van before I leave here and give you guys an idea of the things that are wrong with it and what I like about it. So it's missing the paint. You know, it's missing a lot of spots of paint around it. It's got rust on the top really bad. That's going to have to be dealt with. The guy used it for off-road, for not off-roading, but camping, so it's already got off-road tires on it. And you've got more spots of paint on this side that are missing. The guy apparently was a Navy guy, so we've got a lot of Navy stickers, and I think there's some on the front too. Yeah. Got Navy stickers all over it. So it's a 2002 Chevy Express Protege and Regency. So it's a conversion van. More stickers, cowboy stickers. You know, it's a disabled U.S. Navy plate on it, and a couple paint spots in the back too, and paint on the other side. We've got a so this is where the rust is on the top. It's kind of heavy surface rust all the way on the top, and then the windshield here, we've got some issues. It's going to have to be removed and replaced. Just moving inside the van. She's in pretty good shape, guys, for a 20-year-old van. The dash is loose over here. Same way in my pickup. It happens to these older GMs. And there's some issues with this control. And there's a couple switches that have been added there and there. And I believe those to be switches that control those lights in the front. And I don't know why there's two. There must be something else going on. The lights in the front do not work. The headlights do, and the fog lights underneath come on with the headlights. But those two lights that he added do not work. This little thing here doesn't really close right. It pops open while you're driving, so I'm going to have to do something about that. But like, other than that, guys, the inside of this thing is in pretty damn good shape. Well, here, start it up and let you hear it run here before we go through it. You won't be able to hear it very well, but you'll see how easily it starts. It hasn't been started since yesterday. That easy. Starts right up. No check engine lights. Got a seat belt light, and then there's like a headlight, high beam light or something that is on until you turn the headlights on, and that's got to be a product of all the stuff that he's done with new lights and shit, because there's also running lights up on the top that I don't think came stock. And that brings us to the leak. So the leak, you can tell that there's been some leaking happening, and yesterday it was pouring down rain and it was leaking from right here. So I think that windshield is leaking. He's got some tape or something up here, so I think that windshield is leaking. But I also think that potentially one of those running lights that he's got up on the top might be leaking. So far, it doesn't seem like it's affecting any of the electronics inside or anything. It's pretty much just dripping off of there onto the floor yesterday. So that's the rust and the leak and the windshield are the three main things that need to get done first. The air conditioning is cold. It needs to be charged, but it is cool. So let's start looking at the back a little bit. So when I first bought the thing, like, I wasn't really very concerned about the back, because I figured I'd just pull everything out of there and start from scratch like most people do, right? Well, after I got to getting in here looking at it, I don't think I'm going to do that. I mean, it's made in such a way that I don't believe I need to do that. I need to turn this air conditioner off. It's chilly in here. Oh wow, the back one is still running. I got to figure out how it works, but so it's got things that's going to make it a pain in the ass to try to rip all this stuff out, right? It's got a lot of controls. It's got air conditioning vents here in the ceiling. 4 of those. It's got lights that they work, but you got to open the door and everything will just ding. And it's got a lot of stuff wired into the body panels. Some audio video, like headphone jacks and stuff. Both sides it's got those. Over here it has a plug. So this is a plug. So there's an inverter. I found it. It's underneath here. It's a really small inverter, but it's there. I'm wondering if maybe there's a secondary battery in this thing somewhere that I haven't found. There's another little inverter that was left in here. There's actually a stereo inside of this little cubby that I have yet to mess with. But okay, so the features, number one, I definitely will either get some kind of a swivel for this seat, or flip it around and bolt it back down, or I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do it. These two captain's chairs will go bye-bye, and then this will be the spot where I'll have a countertop, microwave, stuff to cook with. And then here is the cool feature, guys, okay, that makes it to where I really just don't want to rip everything out of here, okay? Now that box will be going bye-bye. I've already found a home for it. But here is the couch that turns into a bed, right? It's automatic. Watch this. It's automatic. Not only does it move up like that, but it also moves forward and backward. Well, that was the up and down button. But it also moves forward and backward. So guys, I am pretty sure that I am going to keep that. Let me lay it back down here so I can show you what I think I'm going to do. So, when you push this all the way forward, it is 6 foot from here to the back wall. So it's long enough to sleep on long ways. Okay. Now, so the idea is, as of right now, is that I'm going to build my countertop and stuff here, and then I'm going to extend it further all the way down the side here. Basically canceling that window out, making storage and stuff here, and a countertop on part of it to extend the countertop here. And then at the back of it, I'm going to make it angled and make a spot in it so that I can set this couch back up as a couch. And then there'll be cabinets, like, you know, from here forward, and a kind of a notch in there where I can get that seat back up in. So that's going to take up a solid, you know, this much of this bed, and then the actual sleeping surface will be this side. And then, you know, I'll have a mattress on top of that and some kind of a platform in the back to rest my feet. And then on the other side will be, and there'll be storage underneath the platform. And then on the other side will be like some kind of air conditioning up top, and probably the solar and stuff on, you know, going up and down on this side where the cabinets are. And then, like I said, the notch, and then the cabinets, and there'll be storage underneath, and AC up above, and solar controls and stuff like that up there. And I think it's going to work out really good. So when I put this seat up as a couch, and especially if I move it way back, it won't move all the way back because of the box. Guys, that gives me quite a bit of freaking room here. Gives me quite a bit of room, and that is a big plus. Now, that's why I say I'm going to extend the countertop further, because in the daytime, when I put this up as a couch, I'll have quite a bit of counter space and storage back here and stuff. And then, you know, I most likely will have some room to do at least something on this side, but I want to keep one of these windows functional. It's got an old VCR that came in it, and that's where the plug is, and it's got all kinds of stuff in it. So yeah, there's a lot of ideas. I've taken a bunch of measurements. Another thing is all the windows open, and that's unusual in these. Not all, the big side ones don't, but the side door windows open and the rear windows open. So that's a big plus. The controls for the couch are also in the back. They're in the back and in the front. Another thing is these valances. These valances, you can stick your hand back behind there, and so I feel like instead of pulling all the insulation thing, pulling everything down and insulating it and changing the inside of it, I can just mount a curtain thing back behind and insulate them. Now this window will probably be insulated because it's going to not be used really, but you know, back behind I can put a insulated curtain back behind this valance, and it'll insulate the whole side of the wall. And then on this side we just do the window, and yeah, I mean it's going to make it to where it'll be easy to cool it inside of here and stuff. It's also got these kind of Christmas lighty lights inside of those on the front and back, and then up here in this little thing, and that one, these little kind of Christmas light accent lights that you mess with those controls. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I mean, there'll be, you know, a lot of ideas happening between now and whenever, but I wanted to give a tour, show you guys what's in it, how it works, some of my thoughts, and I'll see you on the next one.